Let's see if this may have helped. I know we were having some audio issues here, but I think this may have helped it a little bit better. So if you can hear us, this is what's going on. So here we go with the storms, and what you can see now is that thunderstorm that's moving through. So let me show you what this looks like here on the radar. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning here for northwest Arkansas. We have 2 spinning storms. We have one southwest of Fayetteville. We have one back to the south-southeast as well. If you look at the wind speeds on this, you'll be able to tell exactly where this thing is spinning right in here. So there is a circulation there. It's not an intense circulation, but it's certainly there, and it's moving to the north-northeast on the north side of Fayetteville. In fact, off camera, you guys may check the RDOT cams. You might be able to see something a little bit better here as you get a little bit closer with some of those shots. I think there's one there, the Fulbright Expressway that you might pull up. That might actually show it too. Let me zoom out a little bit more and take you back down to the south. We're also watching this cell. It also has some weak rotation on it. And not only that, but we also have this area of wind that we're watching back to the north-northwest. So that wind line is going to be moving through as well. So we have 2 supercells trying to form. And in addition to that, we've also got these storms that are developing here and crawling to the north-northeast. Still a pretty good area of rotation on that cell here that's just moving over Fayetteville and out over Johnson to the north and to the northeast of that area. That severe thunderstorm warning is going to go until 5:30, so about another half hour to an hour or so.
Can I stop this?
Yeah,
real quick?
go ahead. Show what you got.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
So I'm going to see. Ooh, this looks weird.
It's GR2.
GR2. Where is this it?
No, 2.
Where's that?
I think I'm using ICAM source 2 on this.
Right there.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if it's still hailing. Traffic was crawling. Nope, that's still not.
You've got it here.
Oh, you would think.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, you can see the hail,
traffic
can't
is
you?
Crawling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's moving north up I-49. So you know how it is in the hail gets very, very loud at times. It's very hard to hear.
Look at that cloud.
Yeah, you
It
can still see
green.
the wall cloud that's out there too.
Over Fayetteville.
Man, you can hear the hail outside
Let's
right
see if we
now.
can see the camera. Nope, you can't even see anything. It's so raining so much outside.
RIP to our corner.
You got about,
Yeah,
about quarter-size hail in some spots that's moving through. We can head back over. What about any other RDOT cams?
Yeah, I can scroll through if you. That's cool.
Sure.
You're gonna
Hey,
see
you can do it live. We can just see what's
okay,
going
I was gonna
on.
say it's gonna look weird.
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
for
that's
a few.
fine.
This
is
the
looking
mills.
north.
This is right outside the station.
Let's see what this one looks like here.
If it
Maybe.
loads.
If you guys are just joining us now live, we've got a severe thunderstorm. You can see someone pulling over there trying to get out of this hail. The hail's about quarter to nickel size. That's affecting central portions of Washington County and northern Washington County. This is out towards Don Tyson. Now this is looking south. This should give us a good shot into the storm.
Yeah,
Look at the traffic backed up here due to all the heavy rainfall. Actually, this is northbound. Oh wait, no, southbound traffic. So this is moving south. That's moving north. The southbound traffic's nearly stopped there as it's just barely crawling along off to the north-northeast. Now that the hailing and rain has stopped in some parts of the area, it usually means that the lowering should be moving over pretty quick right about now too. So let's head back over. You guys pop up the Johnson camp, see what that looks like.
They've also got Drive 5 up in Fayetteville.
Awesome.
If you want to take
yeah,
that
let's see what that looks like.
There you go.
So in the Fayetteville area, obviously getting some very, very heavy rain with this as it's moving through.
Look at that, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe able to access that over on this one.
Which one were you wanting? I didn't.
Let's see. I think we're on. That's Drive 5. We can go back to. Let's see. Try the Johnson cam real quick.
Johnson,
yeah, let's see what that looks like.
It's kind of a interesting.
Yeah, it's
view.
kind of messy, isn't it?
You could hear it on the roof pretty loudly there for a second.
Let's see if we can. Go ahead and go back to this, and we'll put it in play mode. We'll see if we can find out where the rotation is on this storm, and then we can maybe match that up with some of the iCams that are out there. If you guys are just joining us, here's what's happening right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning, which is in effect for Washington County. It's for a cell that's just off to our north. That's going to continue tracking out across the region here for about the next half hour or so. This is the one that actually did have some weak rotation on it earlier. Right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings are in effect. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning for northern Washington County. And again, that weak pocket of rotation is going to be lifting off to the north-northeast, actually right over Johnson. So we should be able to have that wall cloud moving right over the Johnson area now. The hail moved through first. You'd be able to see it from Springdale looking southeast. In fact, our Springdale camera here in a moment, once that storm gets a little bit more to the north, should give us a better idea of where that rotation is. On velocity, we can see it moving through Right there. Yeah, we've got the reds and the greens right over Johnson tracking northeast, so some weak rotation still. Again, no tornado warning in effect with this storm as of right now, but there's certainly a pocket of rotation here along with cloud to ground lightning and even some hail embedded within that storm. Now, the main event with this wind is actually going to be to the west. It's right here, and this is going to be dropping southeast. So we're going to get that wind too, probably right before 6 o'clock. So this is going to be a couple of different phases of the storms. We're also watching one to the south here. This one also has some spin to it, but the strongest one continues to be the one that's moving out over Fayetteville now and then tracking to the north, northeast, right up and down I-49 over Johnson, and then moving northeastward. You can see northeast Washington County in the path of that storm, and also South Springdale in the path of the storm too. Let's see if I can get some other camera shots here loaded up. Is this one frozen? I don't think this one is. It may be. Let me show you guys what I'm doing off camera here. We're taking it to our Chamber of Commerce camera in Fayetteville and trying to swing it on around here. Let me go back over to source 2 here and then move this over. And it looks like we're running into the pole, but we should be able to have a shot pretty soon, I would think. Looking north-northeast.
Should have the Johnson camera here too.
Yeah, the Johnson camera may actually show a better, because I think it's going to be right behind, or is it right there over the square, or to the right of the graduate?
More right? Yeah, there
right
you go.
There. It's,
right
yeah,
behind.
you're not really able to see it. Let's go ahead and try the Johnson camera. I'm not sure if we're able to move that one, but we'll give it a shot and see. It's this one here.
So
let's zoom on out all the way, and then I'll show you guys what this looks like on the Johnson camera. So our Johnson camera is loading now. There it is. We're zoomed all the way out here, so maybe we should take this over to the right. It's a little slow on the movement here. This is the one that's on top of the building. And maybe we can get this swung around here in just a second. There it is. There's the lowering, the wall cloud.
Yep, you got it.
See if it stops. No, stop. There we go. Yeah, so this is the wall cloud of the storm, the very back edge of where that rotation is. And the rotation's in the middle of the storm, so it's not down at the surface, which is why there's not a tornado warning on the storm now. But if you watch real close, what you're able to see is actually some of this rising motion in the storm. You can see the clouds condensing as they start to rise up. That's the base of the updraft. So this is the engine where the warm air is coming in. That warm air goes to the top of the storm, cools, and then comes back down. But if we were to get some kind of tornado warning, this would be the area that the tornado would fall out of. And at least as of right now, there's certainly none of that going on, but there is some rotation in that storm. This is a great shot of it. Again, this is looking south-southeast from Johnson. That hail core is passing over Springdale. It's probably pretty loud over Emma right now on the east side of Springdale and Parsons Stadium. And then eventually it's going to get even louder out towards Beaver Lake. But this is the storm that we've been watching, and we actually watched this one move in as it made its way across the southwest part of Washington County. It started with some weak rotation, and then it's been pretty persistent. But you can tell oftentimes when folks talk about storms like this, you get the rain, you get the hail, and then all of a sudden everything stops, and then you get the wall cloud which passes over, and you can even see some of this scud that's climbing up into the storm here, some loose clouds that are lifting and rising northward. So again, this is from the Johnson ICAM looking south-southeast. Guys, this one doesn't look like it's spinning all that much down to the surface.
Not really.
It's falling off too a little bit.
I don't really see any kind of low-level motion here that shows any kind of spin, and it's not really pushing out that scud like it was earlier, those lowerings.
Yeah, there's not much rotation in the velocity with that stuff.
Hopefully it's fallen off. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit with this one and maybe get a look at what it looks like a little bit closer. See that zoomed in a little. Try a little more maybe. And we should be able to see some of this a little clearer as it moves in. These cameras are kind of slow to respond for us, and when they do, they go crazy just like that, so that's lovely. So let's see if we can back it out just a little bit. There's a leaf and a tree, and it's obviously moving because there's plenty of wind out there. Let's see if we can get back out here in just a second and show you what it looks like.
It's a beautiful tree.
Yeah, it's moving a lot with the wind. Let's see. We can zoom back out here with the Johnson camera. It should come into view right there. What I was trying to do is zoom into the area where the lowering was, but I don't think that's going to be possible without really messing it up. So we'll just leave that one as it is. And then what we can do, though, is see if our chamber camera has has any of a better view of this, and then we'll go back to radar and take a look at it. Right now, it doesn't look like that one's going to be able to show much. And just a quick check of our Springdale camera too, to see what's going on here. I'll show you the Springdale camera here in just a moment as it loads. Well, it looks like it went down again. Probably taking some power bumps, I imagine, out of that. Okay, thanks. We may be able to take the Bentonville camera here and look towards the south and see what it looks like here. So let's load up Bentonville. I think it's going to load on this one. 1 second on this, and let's see if we can get this loaded. Okay, so there's our Bentonville camera. And then moving this one back over to the right, this one's going to get a little bit wild too. I think we're looking almost northeast there. Let's see if we can get it just moving a little bit more to the southwest. This is from 8th and Walton looking south-southeast. Not much there. Of course, this is Bentonville, so you got a long ways to go before you're in Fayetteville. Okay, so let's get back over to radar real quick and give you an update on how this storm looks and where it's going. Again, this is tracking north-northeast. It's really the only storm out there. That's why we've been focusing on it so heavily. So let's look at this one really close. Again, this is severe thunderstorm warning, northern Washington County, tracking north-northeast. The lowering we were showing you is out over Johnson. That's moving north. The hail core is going to be right here. This is going to be out over Sonora, moving to the north, out along Haverton Road. Here's the east side of Don Tyson Parkway. There's Butterfield Coach Road, Hilton Road, and then eventually up towards Electric Drive. And you can see the Sonora area is going to be getting some of this hail pretty good here out around Bayou Road and East Hewitt Springs Road. Again, that movement on this is northeast. This isn't the main area of storms. We're going to have more thunderstorms as we head into the evening. In fact, the storms that we're going to get a little bit later are actually quite a bit stronger to our west. This has a lot of wind in it that's going to be dropping to the south and southeast. That said, we can also show you another storm we're keeping an eye on. These are almost like mini supercell storms that we've been watching. Here's one in southwest Madison County. You can see out just south of Japton, there's a little bit of a hook on this. And if we take a closer look at the reflectivity or the velocity here to see the rotation, lots of greens, but not a lot of reds. So it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of spinning going on within the storm, but it is certainly one that bears watching as it moves on through. So again, back to the radar, you can see this one's tracking northeastward out towards Japton. If it took more of a southeasterly turn, it would be a little bit more of a concerning storm. Lots of lightning in that thunderstorm as it moves through. And then as we back out a little bit more, you can still see those storms moving northeast here across the northeastern part of Washington County. We did have that storm that moved through Bentonville earlier. That continues to track north. Another look at this storm here. And right along the Benton-Washington County line. Lots of lightning there on the south side of it, on the east side of Springdale. Essentially coming down 412. War Eagle's in line for this next. Over Sonora on 412, east side of Springdale, still getting a lot of hail. This is out by the Springdale Airport here, so I imagine we've got quite a bit of lightning going on. Let's see if we can stop the radar here. New lightning strike there on the west side of town. You've got East Friendship Road, there's Butterfield Coach Road, Electric Avenue, Don Tyson Parkway, and 412 running out to the east. There's 265. There's another lightning strike. You're getting a lot of these lightning strikes here. This one happening right there along Spring Creek Avenue. Let's go back to a full screen view. So again, these thunderstorms are going to be continuing here this evening. These are forming along that boundary too. If I put this in motion, it might make a little bit more sense for you. Maybe. Here we go. So the line of wind to the north, as it starts to drop south, it probably will start accelerating and we'll probably get some damaging wind, at least the risk of damaging winds into northwest Arkansas as it moves through. But keeping a close eye on that supercell storm that developed in northeast Washington County, and also that one that's located here in southwestern Madison County as it moves through. But you can also see how these things are starting to accelerate here, right there, starting to crawl south a little bit faster. That's going to give us the potential for some damaging winds in the line of storms here that are just out to the west, out towards Tulsa. These are moving east. This is near just north of Hectorville, and Coweta moving out towards Porter, Haskell, Muskogee, near Tulsa. That line of wind is moving southeast. Doesn't look like they actually have lit it up right now with the severe thunderstorm warning on that line. So we'll have to see how that one plays out here with time. But the one that just moved out over Fayetteville here a moment ago continues to track over the east side of Springdale and Sonora, and then that one's going to get into eastern Benton County right in here.
There are reports from the public of half-dollar-sized hail in Springdale, Garrett.
Yeah, it's going to be probably right in the middle of that core. I don't know if I have hail tracker loaded on this. Let me see if I can get to it. Maybe towards the very end of this one.
I don't
There,
think.
yeah, here we go. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there you
right
go.
in here. We actually have, you can see actually the hail in that one's a little bit stronger here in southern Madison County. And if I animate this, this is the hail footprint, and you'll be able to see how the hail core moved through. So anywhere in this area did experience hail. That's going to be Fayetteville, Johnson, moving northeast. So it looks like it's trending down a little bit on hail tracker, moving from the west side of Fayetteville on 16 and then to the northeast. Didn't have much at all out around the north side of Springdale or even Cave Springs. But between Fayetteville and Johnson, we certainly had quite a bit of hail that moved through, and that's going to continue tracking northeast to just north of Goshen and eventually out over the Beaver Lake area. So that thunderstorm still severe and still quite a bit of hail on that storm that's moving through, and that hail is going to be moving northeastward into most of southeastern Benton County here coming up shortly. We are about to start a newscast coming up at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, so we're going to close out the live stream on Facebook and on our website. You'll be able to watch the live streaming footage on our website here shortly as well as we start our newscast. And we'll be bringing you updates throughout the evening. We'll probably be back on here as it gets a little bit closer for more severe weather coverage as the storms make their way in from the northwest to the southeast. So our newscast starts here in just a few minutes. We'll bring you updates. We're still tracking that storm in the southeast part of Benton County.